Level 1. The new face. The door clicks shut and the noise outside dies instantly. Every eye in the room stays on you like you already did something wrong. A blue rag sits on the table beside a phone with no case and no contacts, just missed calls and short messages that don't explain themselves. Somebody slides it closer. You don't reach for it yet. Because the second you do, you stop being a person and start being a position. Nobody gives you a speech. The first rule lands without words. You don't speak unless spoken to. Your name matters less than your set. Your fear shows, so you bury it under a stare that doesn't blink. When you step back outside, the block looks the same, but you don't. You start scanning for who watches you now, and who expects something from you. Level 2. The runner. Your phone buzzes at 2:13 a.m., a number you don't save. 2 words. Come through. You pull on dark clothes and move like you're not shaking. Your job is motion. You carry small things that create big consequences. An envelope, a key, a bag you don't open. You learn the currency fast. Not money yet, but reliability. You get handed $40 for gas, then $200 for being solid. And you realize it's not payment. It's a test with receipts nobody writes down. You start lying automatically, not just to strangers, also to yourself. Level 3. The soldier. You post on a corner you don't own, standing still long enough to feel like property. Cars roll by slow. People look away on purpose. You keep your hands visible until you don't have to. Now it's about enforcement. You're not the one making decisions, but you're the one making them real. You back up a call, you press someone who talks too much, you deliver a message that's supposed to feel like a warning, not a threat. Because threats bring attention. The first time you cross a line you swear you won't cross, you don't feel like a monster. You feel efficient. That scares you more. Level 4. The operator. You stop doing everything yourself. That's the upgrade. You run 3 people like tools. One drives, one watches. One talks. You keep receipts in your head. Who owes, who folds, who panics. You learn that reputation is faster than money and harder to replace. Cash comes quicker now. You clear $3,500 in a weekend and none of it touches your name. You buy a new phone not because you want it, but because the old one holds too many voices. You talk in half sentences. You learn which questions count as disrespect. Your identity shifts. You don't introduce yourself. You represent. Level 5. The shot caller. They don't announce you're in charge. They start asking you what to do. Your world becomes a schedule. Quick meetings in parked cars, check-ins at the barbershop, a stop at somebody's auntie house where business hides behind family photos. You settle beefs before they become funerals, and you learn that violence is expensive. A broken jaw costs less than a body. A body brings heat for months and makes everyone sloppy. You tell yourself it's structure, you call it order. Deep down, you know it's control, and you like that it works. Level 6. The enforcer with authority. Now you punish, not just protect. That's the difference. When someone inside the circle skims money or runs their mouth, you don't get loud. You get calm. Calm is what people remember. You decide who gets a pass, who gets taxed, who gets cut off. You call it discipline because fear sounds too honest. Respect becomes a leash. The homies laugh around you, but the laughter sounds measured. Loyalty feels conditional. Everyone stays close, but nobody relaxes. You sleep light, like your body never powers down. Level 7. The OG people call you big homie like it's love, but it lands like a sentence you can't appeal. Your name carries weight in rooms you don't enter. You handle problems with a look, a quiet word, a favor that costs somebody else. You also carry history. Too many faces that don't answer calls anymore. Too many birthdays you stop attending because your presence changes the air. You preach rules you bend privately. No talking to outsiders. No freelancing. No disrespect. You become the rulebook and the exception. Freedom shrinks at this level. You can't disappear. Legends don't get to be anonymous. Level 8. The ghost architect. At the top it gets quiet. You sit alone more than you sit with people. You don't post up. You don't argue. You don't raise your voice. Your power moves through others, unseen until it burns something. You think in consequences now. A single call can start a chain you can't stop. A single nod can make a young homie feel invincible, and that invincibility can get him buried. You tell yourself you're steering the ecosystem. Money, fear, pride, grief, recycling endlessly. Then you admit the truth in the dark. The system doesn't need you. It only uses you until it can replace you. And you hear about a new kid, a fresh face on the block, nervous eyes, trying to look hard. Walking into a room where the door shuts behind him and everything gets quiet. He thinks he's joining something. He doesn't, but he will.